Hey everybody, welcome to the Grastards. I'm Andre.
I'm Ariel.
And today we're going to talk about the new movie Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle. Spoiler review.
Spoiler review. And this is going to
honest spoiler review.
Yeah, I mean, we always keep it real. That's why I got to RN.
There's a lot of people that have been saying, this is the best movie since The Dark Knight.
Oh, they're full of shit.
They're wrong.
They're full of shit.
They're wrong.
Now, all right, well, let's see. You want to start things off? We're going to the pros because let's get a little synopsis of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you got this kid, graduated from college. He goes to visit, goes back home to his fake city, New Palermo something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be El Paso.
It's supposed to be El Paso.
They put it like that they live on El Paso Street, kind of like a little Easter egg. But anyway, he goes back, he gets a job, or he loses his job. He's just working at a hotel or something for this rich family. And he meets the heiress of the family, the Cord family.
The Cord family is like the hot daughter.
Yeah, basically, she offers him a job. He goes to meet her the next day, and they have the Blue Beetle scarab. It's alien tech, and she hands it to him. He runs away. Automatically fuses to his body. Once he opens it, it chooses him.
Crawls up his ass.
Crawls up his ass.
That's what their words.
That was an ongoing joke in the movie.
Yeah, it went right up his ass.
That was actually one of the pretty funny things.
It was. Yeah.
But stuff starts happening when you get an alien scarab, and then it just leads to like this kid's adventure with the scarab. There's of course an evil person trying to take away from him.
Yeah.
And trying to use the tech for themselves. And chaos ensues, and that's in a nutshell what the movie is about.
Yeah.
But yeah, pros, cons. There's things to like.
Yeah.
In this, but there's also things that it's kind of been overdone, by this genre. So,
yeah, the superhero formula.
Yeah,
it's kind of doing this. So
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit.
So, all right, we're going to go ahead and head to the pros. Do you want to go first? I'm just trying to be a gentleman.
Since this is a Latino superhero,
there you go.
I'm the Latino of the team.
Yeah, exactly. Como está? I got my Spanish.
Yeah, this is a pro and a con. There's things I like. There's things I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
The family aspect of the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that too.
He had the family. He had the dad, standard, Latino dad that is, hardworking. Never's gonna show you that he's struggling. He has a heart attack, and he doesn't let on that he's suffering. He wants to do the best for his family. Mm-hmm. Growing up, I met a lot of people like that. That's how it is. The overprotective mom, the grandma, little quirky. She's older, still cool. The sister that kind of pain in the butt, but she loves him.
Yeah.
The kooky uncle. I mean, that just seems like all the stereotypes were hit, but they weren't hit in a bad way, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I thought going into it that it was going to be really exaggerated, and it wasn't. I think there was a lot of it in the movie, but it wasn't exaggerated.
Yes.
So that's okay.
That was a long fucking pro, my nigga.
I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to, the people,
All right. Well, mine's are a bit more spread out than that. All right. Well, but to continue on what you're saying, one of my pros is the Mexican culture.
The culture.
It was great. I get this. You guys, Mexicans out there need a Latino hero to kind of rep and everything. We had our Black Panther, and people like the movie before they see it. It's just the pride. I respect that. Not gonna hate or anything. I do feel like they turned it up a notch a little bit for me. Like every other word was like a Spanish word and everything. Every song was a Spanish song.
Spanglish and
I was like, all right, I get the dance between it, but there's it's hard to understand some of the shit you're saying.
Nani?
Which is a funny joke when you're culo and shit like this, and then people are like, what is that, like Coolio? He's dead. No, it's not that. But so I thought they just turned it up a little too much, but who am I to say? I just noticed that a little bit for me, but it's still a pro. I like repping your culture. I like having, your hero and everything. It was their Miles Morales kind of guy, young, Spider-Man-ish kind of thing. He had the same kind of vibe. Like, I'm a kid learning the powers, and that's the trope you were getting on. Like, we get the bumbling hero thing, like where you're fucking up, learning your powers, breaking shit, and destroying half the city and everything. But it was a bit.
We're definitely gonna get into that.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha. So yeah, I thought the family stuff was cool.
The family stuff was cool. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So another pro is the suit.
Yep, I have that.
The Blue Beetle suit was. They did a good job. The CGI did not hit all the time.
No.
When it was happening, did it bother me? Not really. It didn't hit though. It wasn't like I'm not. It doesn't come down. The movie doesn't come down for me because of the CGI.
Some people fucking one CGI misstep. This shit's trash.
For this one, it didn't really bug me. For the Flash, it bugged me.
Because that was blatant.
But for this one, not that bad. So the suit, I would say, was good. And then to add to that, because it kind of all goes hand in hand, when he was actually in the Blue Beetle suit and doing like Blue Beetle stuff, which wasn't a lot. I'm a little upset that it wasn't. Like, he should have been in there.
All right, save that for the cons.
Well, when he was actually in there doing the suit and he was actually fighting and using the powers. Yep,
that's one of my pros.
It was choreographed really well.
That's exactly what I say. Okay, so you must have looked at my fucking list. But anyway, I like the Scarab looked dope. I liked it when it was in its like sleeping form. He activated it. The suit looked dope. I thought it was cool. CGI. I would say this is probably like 95% great and everything. So you could catch some bobbleheaded kind of things and the fucking fang things. I don't know, the tentacles that come off his back. Oh, yeah. Sometimes weren't really there and you could tell. But other than that, I was like, dope. I loved the suit and everything like this. I thought the choreographed fight scenes when the Scarab was in control, because there's like a kind of like a Tony Stark, Jarvis thing where he talks to him, but only he can hear it because it's welded to his spine and his nervous system and stuff.
It's also like that, but also kind of like Venom, where
because they're a symbiotic relationship because it's alive, it has a will of its own kind of thing. Right. But when it like did the whole "I'm taking over, sit back" and everything, he was kicking total ass and everything like this. I thought that was very cool. That the Scarab actually knew what the fuck it was doing. Right. I thought that was cool. That was a pro of mine. I think. Got another pro?
You can start with one if you got another.
No, I still got another one. I also like a pro of mine is I'm a sucker for the caves. I'm a sucker for the hideouts, my nigga. Yeah, right, my nigga.
No, I was gonna.
The hideouts. I like he had a Blue Beetle hideout that they find because it was the previous Blue Beetle. The hot girl's father was the original Tet Cord and everything, so it had his comic accurate suit in there.
Dan Garrett.
And the Blue Beetle.
That was going to be my con. You kind of touched it, like the world building of the Blue Beetle. He's not super well known to people. I mean, I knew about him. You knew about him.
Yeah, I like Jaime
You're
Reyes.
more of a Jaime Reyes comic fan than I am.
Yeah, I liked him.
I knew, but like not as much as you.
Yeah, of course. Cool.
Yeah, the backstory world type of building for specific to the Blue Beetle. Mm-hmm. I like how they incorporated all that stuff in there with dope. The cave and with the weapons and all that stuff.
And I like that even the computer and all that was pretty old because he's been gone for like a few years or something like that. So he ain't got the Mac or anything like this. He ain't got the new tech. Yeah. So I like the of course this is spoilers. Like I said, I touched on earlier. It's kind of like you could tell the similarities between him and Spider-Man because they have an Uncle Ben dying moment, which is his dad who has a heart attack and everything. That's when I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Like, okay.
That was actually a good, heartfelt moment.
Yeah, you feel it in that moment.
And the reaction to his grandma, which is going to later turn into a con for me, but her reaction and how she handled it and took charge of the family, I can see that.
That is 100%.
I can see that 100% happening.
Real.
And I think that
strong woman energy
that
right
was
there.
Done really well.
She did that shit like a boss, and I was like, cool, because it made sense. It's how you could see something happen.
The dad who was like the leader of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, right in. You have to step into it right away, and she did it, and got everybody together. I like that.
Cool. Yeah. Let's go ahead and head to the cons.
Let's head to the cons.
All right, okay. I'm gonna start this one since you started the pros, and it's real quick. Like this movie It was kind of like how you said in our last review. It was like a roller coaster. It started off low for me. Then the dad died and the family drama. I was like, man, it's high. I thought it was going to stay at that level. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
It's about to go down.
After all the story building, the fucking up with the suit and all this stuff, we're getting to it. And then it dives again. He gets his ass kicked in a fight, gets his ass kicked again. He gets captured, and everything. Yeah. The family has to go save him, and that's what the boss grandma knows. Yeah. But then I'm gonna let that go for another con. But the movie just dropped down there, and it kind of stayed mid for the rest of the movie. And it was a good 35 minutes. So the end of the movie was just like mid. Again.
To touch on that roller coaster comment.
Okay, yeah.
For me. And this kind of leads into my con. I'll make it make sense to what you were saying.
Yeah, go for it.
So this movie, especially like you touched on a little earlier, for Black Panther, you know that there was a community out there that was going to go watch that movie just because it was what it was.
Of course.
And I feel like there's going to be the same thing for Blue Beetle. There's probably people that have no idea who Blue Beetle is, but
nobody does.
The kid from Cobra Kai, Zolo Maridueña, that is a good actor. He's a good actor. He's a good, likable kid. And they're gonna go watch it.
Yeah, he's like a pretty nigga and everything too.
He did a good job. He did a good job.
That's where I kind of disagree. I kind of feel like he was mid. Like I was just like everybody else around him had more personality than him.
But he was. He was secondary to everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that's the script's fault. That's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. You're right, but you got to make the most of what you have. And I felt like he was either screaming, panicking, or he was like fucking what's going on? Or he was just like kind of like just fiending for the girl and like acting kind of like he doesn't get what's going on in life kind of thing. Like, why am I not at the top? Why am I like, nigga, you've been in the real world. You're not going to get a job just because you got out of college. You got to grind. And then the other side, he was always freaking out. Like, what's going on?
Stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
I understand that a little bit, but they dragged that little...
They dragged it too long. That was like... the roller coaster part. So you had the people that are going to go watch it. So the hype of the movie... you go in there with an expectation, and then, like you said, the roller coaster. You start off. I think it took way too long.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it was then, and then it went up, and then it went back down.
When it finally gets to it, you're like, yes, this is gonna start happening.
Yes.
Then the cool stuff start happening. He gets in the scarab.
Yeah. He's like, fuck yeah, save the family.
The family stuff happens. That's when his dad dies and everything, and then.
It just plummets because he gets caught.
And he gets captured. Yeah. And then he's captured for like a good quarter of the movie. Like, what the hell? And it takes his...
That was a separate con for me, by the way. I was like, he was captured way too long.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is your first outing, your star movie.
You were the hero, but you were relying on other people to come and save you.
Second con, family had too much to do. Too much screen time. I was like, okay, we get you're spreading the family element, and that's why...
But it's called Blue Beetle. It's not called Blue Beetle and the Reyes family.
That's kind of how they did with the Shazam, though. Shazam family.
They did that with Miles Morales when it was like that is the new hero, and that is another con that I have.
Okay.
That seems to be like the new way of portraying heroes, where it's not just about the hero. Like it makes you miss Iron Man. Iron Man 1. When he was in there,
that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I mean, I can see why. Because this is not it. This new way of doing it's not it, man. It's annoying.
That's not funny. He said, this is not it. I do. That was one of my cons. That he's captured too long. Second con was, or third, there was too much family action. We get it. The grandma scene, it was funny in the trailer, and seeing her with the big ass mini chain gun, and she comes in there and she's killing people and like, It was good.
The grandma was 3 different characters in this movie.
Yeah.
The grandma in the beginning of the movie was like a quirky, quiet, had like a little one-liner punchlines, made sense. Mm-hmm. And then she turns into the strong-willed, get the family together. We're going to do this. I can see that. Because I've known plenty of like matriarchs, Hispanic older women that take their family. They are the leaders of their family. I can see that. But then she becomes this like revolutionary, crazy psycho, always screaming when she's shooting. It's like, come on, you can't be 3 different people in the same movie.
She did have 3 different
She had 3 different lives.
personalities.
Like that's
True.
too much.
Well, grandmas have 3 different lives. You're young, and your parents standard.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
She did this in a span of a night.
Yeah. It was really one night.
In a span of one day.
Yeah. So another con for me is the comedy. Boom. Did not work. Like, I would say most of this comedy fell flat. The best jokes were the subtle shit. Like when he's
George Lopez delivered the subtle ones.
The subtle ones. Yes, exactly. So I feel like they try to get the Marvel funny, jokey kind of thing, and it didn't land. And he was put in there to be the funny character.
Right.
The funny, and I just felt like I didn't know where his A material was, but it wasn't in this movie.
Not all of these movies have to be like that. Not all of them have to be like, you're gonna leave out of this laughing. They're not action comedies. Like, there should be more fantasy, like action fantasy kind of like there should be funny one-liners here and there, but like it just felt like they were trying to go for like a comedy.
Yeah, because I feel like Blue Beetle, he is a like I said again with the Spider-Man. Did you notice this part in the movie? He was all scared of the scare-up and everything, but after he syncs with it, their symbiotic relationship is all cool and they're on the same wavelength. He immediately started like quipping and talking shit. Like, yeah, you like that? Like, eat this when he's fighting the main bad guy. He was talking a lot of shit in that scenes, and I was like, you're not Spider-Man. You were freaking out like 20 minutes ago and everything in the movie, and now you're just like this quippy, like I'm funny all the time kind of thing, and it just was like. Not a big thing, but I just was like, I noticed that. You're all calm and one with yourself and able to make jokes in this life and death situation against the bad guy who's a military trained mercenary killer. Who's
essentially the reason his father died, like
2
hours before, however long, the same
night, as you said. So, and then my last con, and then you could take it, this is my last thing, is at the end, I don't like this for no reason. He doesn't kill the villain kills himself. Like he pulls the memories of the guy where he used to be a nice kid and had a fucked up past and everything, and like of his mom getting killed and everything, and he just like comes to his senses and he's just like, yeah, I've been being a dick. And then instead of just like flying away with this new power suit and becoming a hero or a good mercenary, or is there a good mercenary? But you get what I mean. He fucking just walks into the flames with the bad guy girl, like with
his boss.
His boss. He's like, they just said we're gonna blow ourselves up. I was like, really, nigga? Because even if I was fucking you up, you were a good guy, and I was like, man, you were my boy, I'm not gonna kill myself.
Jaime Reyes as the hero doesn't even finish the job. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the new hero trope that sucks. Like the way of portraying hero. He doesn't even win.
No, he doesn't.
The other guy doesn't. The other guy takes care of it.
Yep.
So and that adds to my con is the villain was the most forgettable freaking character.
I do not remember his name. I know the suit.
Exactly.
I don't know the name.
The red suit guy.
Red suit guy.
Sarapax or
Red Beetle, my nigga.
Red Beetle.
I got it.
Yeah, it was, and then the Susan Sarandon. She tried to carry. You could tell.
Yeah, she was trying.
She was trying because she was being she was doing the most.
She was a little over the top with the evilness.
But yeah,
all right, we get it.
It was not.
All right, man. Okay, let's go.
So hold on, and then did I have something else? Because
you cut me off,
nigga. No, I think we pretty much touched on.
Yeah, let's wrap this up with the RN. The real N. Well, I'm not gonna. It's the RN rating. I'm gonna give this Blue Beetle a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry. 6 out of 10. You can hold off for streaming on this one, unless you're supporting the culture, you're supporting the genre, you're doing that. Go watch it. But me, I'm giving you the warning that you can hold off on this one. Just saying.
So for me, I had it a little higher when I left the theater yesterday.
Yeah, you did. You were like, man, 9.
I'm gonna go 6.5. Because I thought about it a little bit more, and just more things made me mad. And that 0.5 is for the culture, because for the Latino.
Man, there you go.
0.5.
There you go.
But I feel like if this would have been a show like on HBO Max,
which it
originally was, this would have been an 8 or 10 episode show, like not movie, but just like a show where they could flesh things out a little bit more. Give him more time in the Blue Beetle suit. I think it would have done it a lot more justice than to having it as a 2-hour movie. You probably could have got more of the bad guy's backstory. You could have made him like.
Oh, definitely.
I didn't even hate the guy. I was just like, he was just there.
Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah, 6.5.
6.5. All right.
That's
it. Well, thanks for checking us out. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
You saw the movie. Which Blue Beetle is your favorite? I don't know, like them all. I mean, I know one. Yeah.
Oh, another con. No Booster Gold. What the hell, man?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to be at the end credit. There's two end credit scenes.
The last one is useless. Don't even stay.
But first one is Ted Cord.
Good.
He's still alive, my niggas. I spoiled it. So you can stay and listen to him.
It's a spoiler review on the thing. So
that is. All right, so you know. So he's still alive. Check it out. Let us know.
We're out.
Man, most niggas ain't gonna see this. They scared of Beatles. I don't fuck around with insects.